are about to experience the result of hard work and dedication from the City of Champions, Cleveland's own, 90th's finest. Self-made, hard-working entrepreneurs, unequivocally raw, no holds barred. This is Epiphany Media.
Yo, what up, what up? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. Since we got y'all attention, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. If you're listening or watching, it's most greatly appreciated. It helps defeat the algorithm so more people can watch it just like you did. But it's good to be back for another week.
I see a couple people sharing already, so I appreciate it early, even while the long countdown intro. Plus, one of the hardest intros.
I agree. I didn't even share it yet. Damn. I didn't even share it yet, but I will.
That's the only way.
It's more important that y'all share. I think if I share, it don't even matter. They cut it off because they know it's ours. But thank y'all for tuning in.
That's the only way to get them to cry, y'all. You see that?
I ain't closing my eye. That's why I can put one more drop. I don't know. I got told my eye was real red. Okay.
It is. Is that a coronavirus side effect? Is that a symptom? Red eyes?
I went to sleep and before the show, I'd be getting dry eyes and stuff. So because of that, I don't know.
No either. But thank y'all for joining us. Angel said, "Happy Sunday." Top fan, Angel. Thanks for joining us once again. Hey man, let's jump right into it, man.
Better.
Okay. Let's see if we can get Byron to cry this show. This is the whole goal of this show is to get Byron to cry. See if we can.
Are you you a therapist? It's your goal. You feel like you did some shit.
Yeah, man. No, I ain't did nothing nefarious. You know what I'm saying? We just. So I don't even know if you seen it. Now this one you can't say because the title been there. You know what I'm saying? The description been there. If you ain't check it out, that's on you. So, can you see the title on your side? I don't know if you can.
No.
No? All right, it's called Machismo. You know what machismo is?
I don't.
What you mean? You went to a prestigious private school here in Northeast Ohio.
No, they ain't teach us that word.
All right, so look, machismo, right? Definition is strong or aggressively masculine pride. It's a sense of being manly, self-reliant, just very exaggerated masculinity in general, right? That's your official. I don't think it's Webster's, maybe the official Google dictionary of what it is. So yeah, man, I want to talk about some machismo. Talk about why Byron's so tough out here in these streets. Why you so tough, man?
Never been tough.
Never been tough. Mm-mm. You don't got no you don't got exaggerated masculinity, exaggerated toughness.
No, I just be myself.
So we talked about it before on our show. If you guys want to go back, called toxic masculinity, and that was more referring to guys interacting with females and how dudes be out of line, sometimes, and so we're talking about how we see it and it's uncomfortable for us as guys that I guess don't do it or don't typically do it or whatever, or maybe I think Byron said in his case like something he did when he was younger, a younger lad. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff that was weird. You know what I'm saying? Not weird, but just you know what I'm saying. You grow up and you know better, so you do better. You know what I'm saying? My mom said, "What are you eating?"
General Soul.
The great Chinese general who was definitely a real person. Andrew said, "I remember he was vulnerable and shared stuff before. It takes strength to do that." Yeah, man.
I don't remember nothing about the shows.
Yeah, man.
I don't watch the shows over.
I do for research purposes. But yeah, so look, so like I said, so the other show was in regards to guys interacting with women, females, in various settings. We talked about like club life, women walking down the street, guys grabbing their hand or grabbing their arm or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Play it move.
Yeah, just you know, my whole I haven't watched that show, but I just remember I kept saying like, man, keep your hands to your damn self. Like, why do dudes keep touching everybody? Like, I don't understand it. Like people that don't be asked for it, they just be touching people. And Byron said, you ever had banchan? You should. The Korean fried chicken spot is amazing.
Hey, this is a Korean spot coming to the hood.
Korean fried.
I see him building it. I'm gonna have to try him out.
Your headphone mic is covered. We can barely hear what you're saying.
I said it's this Korean spot coming to 55th. I'm gonna have to try them out. Open it up. I'm sure they're gonna have that on there.
Korean fried chicken go hard. If y'all haven't tried it, make sure y'all do. No sponsors. So yeah, man. So like I said, I want to talk about the male interaction with the males. That sounds weird, but you know what I mean. Like just the general interactions. So you know, we bounce about me and him. We bounce around show ideas and topics and stuff all the time. And you know, so I was bouncing around some ideas. You know, saying some stuff we might bring up later or whatever. And so without going too deep into our conversation, I had said something to him, and then his response was like, "That depends," or something. It was like, I'm like, man, some of these topics gonna be sensitive. You're gonna be able to like open up and talk about it. He's like, it depends. You know what I'm saying? So that's what prompted me. I'm like, man, we gotta have a conversation then. And what better place than Epiphany Media, man? What better place?
The phone.
So look, man, hey, good look. So we don't look. So we want to be, you know what I'm saying, like honest here. Like we want to reinforce the fact, you know what I'm saying, we gave the Derrick Jackson dude all that grief for not being the person who he said he was, right? You know what I'm saying? So we want to be ourselves. We want to reinforce that we are being ourselves. Now that don't mean that, you know what I'm saying, you got to be you know what I'm saying, I don't want to say a vulnerable person if you're not vulnerable, but you know what I'm saying, everybody got feelings and emotions and all this stuff that guys tend to bottle up, you know what I'm saying, whatever. Like this stuff we talked about. That's known stuff, right? That's not even like a secret. You agree?
That guys, every person in the world, male or female, got.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah. But women are more adept at expressing it. You know what I'm saying? From an early age, they're allowed to feel their feelings and emotions.
I don't know like that because I met women who stone cold.
Well, of course, we've been general. We're not talking about every single individual person. You know what I'm saying? But typically, if you got two kids and they fall, the girl you're gonna pick up like, oh my God, are you okay? Like, oh, let me kiss it for you. Let me put a band-aid, all this stuff. If a boy fall, you're like, hey, come on now, don't cry. You know what I'm saying? Don't be tough.
Well, in that case, yeah, in the general sense, yeah, I see what you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't mean specific. Of course, specific people. Of course, I know super emotional dudes, and I'm like, man.
Like, you ever seen like dudes on TV that just be on TV crying?
Yeah, the TV cry. I don't know, man. It depends.
Like,
But at the same time, though, you never know what somebody going through or what they went through in their past. So it might just touch something that, what I'm saying, and they got to drop a tear, man.
yeah, I was watching that Last Chance U basketball one, and the coach was just tough on them hard season, tough on them the whole season. Just wouldn't let up. But then as soon as they said, you can't play in the Final Four because of the coronavirus, they could drop the
Tears, man.
tear.
It's one thing if you can't play, but you're available. But when you can't even, when you're not even like you don't even have a chance, it's crazy. Erica said you munching in the mic is very distracting. She's the one to let you know.
Look, just because you on the diet right now, and you got to watch what you eat. Don't judge me for eating. All right, I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat. I know it look good. Just can't be. You've been doing good. I see it. Congratulations, but me, I can't get too skinny. You remember, I had a big head, small body. I gotta get my weight up.
Hilarious. And Angel said, she said, it's an opportunity to strengthen your friendship even more. Women are struggling with being vulnerable too. Yeah, no, Angel, and that's what we were saying. I know you probably typed this a second ago, and I'm just not getting to it. But yeah, like of course, women, women have saying issues too. Not just guys, but historically, it's been like a male thing. Like, 'cause the guys got to. That's why it's called machismo and not fuchismo or something. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's the reason like stuff like this got a male skew on it is because it's like something that's historically um, plagued male. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to get the cigar going. So like I was saying that so when Byron said that, I'm like, man, we just got to talk about it. Like we just got to talk about. And I'm guilty of it too. Like I'm not just gonna be like, you know what I'm saying, I'm about to be out here dropping tears. Like I'm Dr. Filling it up. Like I ain't saying that either. You know what I'm saying? But why? Like, but why? Like, and look, and I get it. If that's how you raise, you know what I'm saying, as a kid and stuff. But like we were just talking about with the toxic male masculinity thing. When you get older and you know better and you do better. You know what I'm saying? So now that we're older, over 30, both of us. Well, one of us is over 30. How do we? Or I'm sorry, why don't we? Like, why don't we? Why aren't we? I should say, more open to like our friends and our people around us, like our group. I ain't talking about strangers, of course, but our group.
Like for me personally, I got different relationships with different friends. To get myself together here. So yeah, I got different relationships with different friends. So so for example, you come to the house. A lot of times, we living in that hood environment, and it's nothing new to you. Shit is normal. But okay, then I got my private school friends. I don't know about bringing them to the house. You know what I'm saying? So, but then that correlates to like even talking to you about different type of hood situations that everybody going through. You know what I'm saying? Like they can relate to. But if I talk to private school friends about it, they might not understand. They might not get. They don't get it.
Okay.
So not every friend you're gonna talk to certain situations about, especially vulnerable situations. Because if you tell somebody a vulnerable situation and they don't relate or necessarily show empathy, then it's like now you feel vulnerable because you put your feelings out or whatever. And
now you gotta be real machismo. Now you're like, nigga, I told you something. You ain't even. Now we gotta fight. Like now we really gotta get into the ego battle.
Right. Exactly.
So look. So I dig that. Right. I understand different. First of all, I feel like me personally, if I couldn't, if I just had it rough, like so I had a situation a couple years ago, and then a couple years ago before that, if I had a situation where I couldn't like hit up anybody that I consider like a friend, and be like, hey, like I just need somebody to talk to, or you know what I'm saying, like shit just getting crazy right now. Like if I couldn't, and I'm not saying that I do, you know what I'm saying, but if I felt like I couldn't do that, then like I wouldn't call, like you wouldn't be a friend to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't consider you to be a friend, and that's just me, and that's different for different people. You know what I'm saying? Like for sure, like you got different friends for different situations, different backgrounds and stuff. So I understand that uh, saving certain stuff for certain people that you rock with. I get that completely. But for me, like, I'm not calling you. If I couldn't really call up like, hey, nigga, just listen for a minute. Like you know what I'm saying, I don't know if I could call you a friend.
Hey, I must definitely agree with you on that, and that's why you got friends with friends at different levels now. I'm still like this where if I don't consider you a friend who I can really talk about everything about, then you're not really a friend. You know what I mean? But now that I got older, I realized that there's different type of friends. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's like, yeah, you have those friends y'all kick it with, y'all friends, but on a deep level, like where you will have a friend with something serious happening and they there immediately.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then you got a serious friend, something happened, they like, I'm gonna call you back. Like, it's different type of friends. So
I'm
I
with
mean, and also like being a man, our emotions, you know, we don't put them on our sleeve at all. So just in order to talk to another man about just some vulnerable shit that make you look soft is you just got to be careful about that. I like as a man, like just coming from my point of view,
you.
because you're more than likely to tell your wife or your girlfriend some emotional shit or cry in front of your wife and your girlfriend instead of like one of your homeboys because
Right.
I know you heard that famous song "We Cry Together," so he was crying with it. They was crying together. It wasn't like she was crying, he was crying. No, they was crying together. You know what I'm saying? But you don't hear a song about two guys, crying
Crying
together.
together, yeah.
Yeah.
So Angel said the same thing. There are different levels of friendship. I agree. I just at this point, like you know what I'm saying, like I understand when you and look, we're just talking about from our point of views. Some people do put their friends in categories and stuff, but for me, like I'll be like, oh no, that's my coworker, I rock with dude or whatever. But like to me, like if it rises to the level of friend, then like I can leave you at the crib solo, like I ain't worried about it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the friend level to me. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't many of them. You know what I'm saying? But and look, I to your point, I agree. I like a couple of my friends. I remember the very first time we hung out, we went to a gentleman's club, I'll say, and this is the first time that we all getting together, right? It's probably we know each other from work for what I'm saying, let's say 6 months or longer, or so, right around there, maybe a little longer. It's the first time we go hang out, and we get into it, or is one person get into it, like with a group of guys from that area. Um, and so his reaction was completely different. His reaction wasn't like, what I'm saying, like I'm scared of y'all. It was like, all right, y'all got X amount of numbers. We got more numbers, but I don't really know them. Like, I don't know how they get down. I don't know if they're gonna back me up. Like, we're not on that friend level. Yeah, we hung out at work. You know what I'm saying? But we haven't hung out. Like, we ain't had no personal life experiences together yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he was more cautious, and that's 10 years ago now or whatever. So so you build that relationship and stuff to the point now, like it wouldn't even be a question or a hesitation. So I get it completely of grouping your friends and stuff. I'm just talking about the title. Maybe I'm just hung up on the titles, right? So the title for me, a friend, is like you said, somebody you can call up, and I ain't worried about him. Like, damn, that's messed up. Well, I gotta call you back though, because the chicken done. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just for me. Let me jump to the comments for a second. You got something you want to add to that?
No.
All right. So Andrew says, does it start when you little and people tell you not to cry? You want to go first? Can you say when it started for you? You know what I'm saying? Like we laugh and joke about your dad on all the time, and we don't laugh and joke at your mom so much. Like they got some similar something though. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Like they got some similar something in there.
I don't remember, to answer your question. I don't remember when it happened. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? But like you could be 3-4 years old and you know somebody could you know, like one of your other 3-4-year-old friends see you cry and they laughing at you because you crying, you know. So it started then you'll be growing and there. Remember that time you was 3-4 years old and you was like, nigga, it's 3 years old, like you still on that? Niggas is weird. That's why I'm talking. That's why I just don't fuck with a lot of people, man.
That's funny. Angel, for me, like I don't know when it started either. I can't say like this was the moment, but I think it was for me. I feel like it was just a course of, you know, yeah, you got to be tough. Yeah, you can't cry. And it was the environment that we grew up in. You know what I'm saying? Like you in the hood, like yeah, you don't want to be, you know, construed as soft in this neighborhood. So you take that as like a base, like a starting base for me. Like then, you know, I started playing football. Now you're a dog. Now you're a warrior. You know what I'm saying? You're a Viking. You're a maniac with no soul. Like you know what I'm saying? You seek and destroy is it? Like you know, pain don't exist. Fight through it. Like you know what I'm saying? Just compounding year after year after year after year after year. Where like nigga, like you're not a human. You're a war. You're a soldier. You know what I'm saying? You're a soldier. I wish I had the Kellen Winslow queued up. I'm a soldier. You know what I'm saying? Like that's I gotta pull up the Kellen Winslow because that's hilarious.
But to add what you're saying, yeah, just no emotions. But you take that no crying to fuck bitches get money.
Yeah.
Attitude. So then you can't even have a normal relationship with a woman.
Exactly. Cause you can't be vulnerable enough to, you know what I'm saying, or it takes time and stuff to be vulnerable enough to, you know, to talk to a lady, which is crazy, like ultimately. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead.
You start treating every woman you meet as if they were a whore, which is not the case.
It's not the case.
You know. But then when you find a real one, then it's like you can't even tell the difference. Now you done lost it because you just wanted to get your dick wet. So
let me.
Or should I have said? Or you wanted because you just wanted to have sex? Yeah, I got problems, y'all.
And this is your show, man. You fine. Let me see. I just want to play that. This is like the football player mindset. Let me just play this for y'all real quick. Like this is. Oh, I'm not even kidding, man. This is what it is.
Kellen Winslow Jr. will throw a terrific block on Tennessee's Corey Campbell and actually gets a couple of volunteers on this play. He sort of stood over Campbell afterwards, who was injured, and after the game, the post-game media session, Winslow was asked if he realized that Campbell had been injured on the play. Yeah, give a hell. It's about the you, man. I don't give a flying, you know what, about a ball. I don't give a damn. He do the same thing to me. It's war. They don't give a freaking, you know what, about you. They will kill you. They're out there to kill you. So I'm a champ. You write that in the paper. You write that. You make money off that. No, man, I'm pissed. All y'all take this down. I'm pissed, man. We don't care about nobody except it's you. We don't. If I didn't hurt him, he'd hurt me. They're gunning for my legs. I'm gonna come right back at him. I'm a soldier.
Hey, this is the same man who is in jail right now.
Yeah,
Like,
for not being a soldier, I say that. But look, but like that look. So when I watched it, everybody's making fun of him. But I don't know how many years ago that happened, but I was a younger football player at the time, and I was like, yeah, they're like, we killing people out here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that was me. I was the same way. I mean, not unconscious like that nigga. He was crazy. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but I was the same way. Like, so just compounding over and over that. You know what I'm saying? So you already start with a base, like I gotta be tough, and then it's like not only do you gotta be tough as a human, you're not even a human. You know what I'm saying? You're not even a human, man. Completely unconscious. Let me see. Erica said, you keep your friends in different buckets accordingly, which is understandable. She said, I always felt like I could never be a part of a sister circle because I had a lot of male friends when I was younger, and I learned from them. Y'all don't do the over emotional conversations. Yeah, and that's crazy. That's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like that you feel like you wouldn't be able to have those type of conversations.
I know. I got a woman friend who feel like they can't even cry in front of one of their other male friends.
Do she cry in front of you?
Yeah.
Oh, Byron do got a soft side, y'all. See?
Somebody said people think I'm mean because I got a straight face. I've had a straight face. Don't be smiling.
Erica said, I've only seen my husband cry twice. Andrew said, can you remember the last time you cried? I think we talked about this before. I think Byron said at his wedding or something. I think I said when either when my grandmother passed or like my last breakup or something like that. I can't remember. One of those two though, for sure. You know the last time you cried?
I think last time we talked about this, I said, "Damn, what movie? Oh,
it was a movie. That's right. What movie was it though?
The Mr. Rogers movie.
Was it okay? Yeah. That's I do. Yeah, that's exactly it. Eric, go ahead.
I was about to say Mr. Rogers forced people to be open.
Hey, I still ain't seen that movie, but like I've seen enough clips for me. Like, I don't know if I'm a ever just let them sit there and talk to me for 2 hours and about treating people good. Like it's might be too much for me to handle. Erica said, "That's a lot of pent up emotions to me. I think I can cry every day, or all day, or all day long sometimes. Yeah, like, and it's good, man. Like I remember being a kid and like crying, like for whatever reason, I don't remember what it was. And, like cried myself to sleep and woke up feeling great. You know what I'm saying? I woke up feeling amazing, like the best nap possibly of my life. Like it was that good. You know what I'm saying? Like I woke up feeling amazing. And for women to be allowed to do that and not guys, like I'm not saying that that's not fair or whatever, but it's just way more accepted. And like if a dude call you, man, I've been crying all day. Like, man, we gotta check you out. Like, you gotta go to the hospital. Like, you okay? You gotta talk to a counselor. Don't talk to me. You gotta talk to a counselor, man, all day. You know
especially a grown man.
Yeah, man, you gotta talk to a counselor. Angel said, "Do you feel like this?" I'm sorry. She said, "Do you feel like this hinders you to understand or relate to a woman? Do you try to work on that? Do you feel like? Well, yeah, I think Byron's kind of spoke to it earlier of how people or how guys like you don't know how to connect with a woman on an emotional level, and that's where and not all women, of course, but that's where you got to meet women sometimes. Like you got to meet them on an emotional level and be able to be vulnerable, at least to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how you build trust and stuff. I think I think it does hinder a lot of people. I'm sure it hindered me.
But I'm sure, like, for example, you see a lady crying about something, be like, why are you crying about that? And
Yeah.
ain't nothing to cry about. That's every man's reaction, I
Yeah.
swear, to a situation like that. But yeah, it does on on certain emotional levels. Like, yeah.
Do you try to work on that? I'm not sure, how your relationship is with your wife and all that stuff, but do you try to work on being more, I don't want to say more emotional, but more vulnerable to her in order to build that trust, that level of trust?
I don't know. I don't even know how to answer that question. I don't.
Oh,
I never tried to work on anything like that. It's just our divide that I think will always be there.
so do you think? And look, and I ain't even like I told you, this ain't no trap or whatever. But and so do you think like something that would, as a person, and this stuff that you made on the show, as a person that have went to counseling, like just in your life, like do you feel like that could be a way to open the door? Like if guys went and talked to somebody else about their emotions and stuff, they would be more uh, maybe in a mental mind state to open up to their wives or girlfriends or whoever.
I mean, knowing that how counseling works. I mean, you be in there talking and about shit that happened 30 something years ago.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then you're like, okay, well, why don't you say this to such and such and such?
And look, and I'm giving it
So
to
I
you.
mean, it's possible. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm asking you because I've never been to counseling, so I really have no idea how it works. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but when I went, it was like it wasn't it wasn't for none of that shit.
Well, yeah, of course, you're right.
But they
But
but
so whatever it is that you went to counseling for, like did talking it out with somebody else, did that help? Like, or could it help? Like, if your parents, or you went to counseling, and then you talked to your parents afterwards, do you feel like you was in a more mental headspace to like be open about it with them or to talk about it with them? Your mom, not your parents, but your mom.
no.
Okay. All right, I'm with you. I'm not even going to ask you a follow up, like, but I just because like I said, I don't know, and that's your answer, and I take it at face value.
Right. But it worked in like other ways. But for the main reason why I was there, like, nah, talk about that shit.
Okay. All right. Andrew said you can cry. You won't give yourself permission. I get it. I hate crying. And Erica said, so look, but this is another reason. Erica said, when a man cries, I feel so bad. Yeah, like I don't want, like come cover me. Like I don't want sympathy. Like I don't want you like, man, that nigga was crying today. I don't know. I just feel bad for him. He was just up there boo-hooing. You know what I'm saying? Like and look, hey, so look, that's something else that dude do because like when it's like it's one thing to drop a tear, right? But like if you was talking to somebody, they got passionate about whatever, they dropped a tear. All right, that's one thing. Like he really emotional about X, Y, Z, whatever it is that he's talking about or passionate. When you see somebody boo-hooing, you see a dude boo-hooing, you like, man, they don't got a home training, man. Somebody didn't. He don't got no he don't got no life experiences. The boo-hoo, a grown man boo-hooing, you know what I'm saying? And look, and I'm not saying that that's right, but that's what it is. That's for me. I'll just go speak for myself mentally, or I'm sorry. When I see somebody, when I see a dude drop a tear, I get it. Like stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, dog died, something. When you see a dude boo-hooing, you're like, man, I don't know what to say. I think I'm gonna get out of here. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's so awkward, man. And Erica, I feel like that's how the majority of people or women feel. So that's another reason why guys like I'm not going to do it. Like, cause I don't want you like feeling bad for me. You know what I'm saying? Man.
like we just want to cry along. We don't want to be consoled or anything.
Yeah. Close the blinds just to make sure nobody peeking in the window. Turn off the phone because I don't want to accidentally dial somebody and they hear, they hear the tears hit the ground. Angel said, "What about me?" Tell me what you mean in the comments because I must have missed it or passed it up or I'm late. Sorry. But yeah, the guys don't, man. Even the Temptations, the I wish it would rain. Like I wish it would rain because I don't want nobody to see me crying. I just want to be like, oh, this is raining. It's just rain on his face. You know what I'm saying? I just wish it would rain. Like they got a whole song about I want to cry. It hurts so bad, you know what I'm saying, that I wanted to rain so I can cry and not look weird about it. That's crazy to me.
Hey, just take it a step further. Just imagine being in jail and you just start crying.
See, like that's yeah.
where you got predators to try to prey on any type of weakness, you over here crying.
Yeah. I like to think. I like to think that it could go.
It could go a different way because
they look like oh, he really got something going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it might. I would hope it would go the other way, but I don't know.
Okay, if you got people in there that you cool with, and they find you say somebody in your family died, you start crying. Okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if you start crying and you say yeah, I read what the fuck you put on the screen, but
no, it was just she posted it at the same time you were saying it, so I just
what the fuck I say? But if you get a letter talking about your girlfriend moving on and you start crying, that's a bad look for you.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess in that environment, it probably wouldn't be the best. But
but I'm just saying, like, just in a macchiato. I don't know what word you say.
A macchiato.
I don't know what word you say.
Machismo.
Yeah, but in a machismo environment, I would just try to relate it to that.
Hold on, man. I'm falling behind in the comments. He said Starbucks mentally. Let me catch on the comments. Andrew said, counseling has helped me before in a better be in a better headspace myself, but never made me want to open up to other people. And that's what Byron said too. Erica said, I just don't think men are supposed to be as emotional as a woman. Open up to you, yes, okay, that's great, but crying all the time, I would leave you. Shit.
Damn.
Damn. Erica
said, you was crying all the time.
Wait, so Erica, don't wonder why you only seen your husband cry 2 times. You know what I'm saying? that man is hurting. Man, go hug, man. Erica, get off here and go hug that man. That nigga is hurting inside. He can't go in front of you.
You gonna say you gonna leave him? You gonna leave him?
Yeah. There you go.
That's why it's not allowed.
He said, "Would you really leave?" He said, "Yes. It's too much for me. You will have to be more tough than that." That's real. Damn, Erica.
They say toxic masculinity. Like she's feeding it right
yeah.
now.
I'm about to start calling Erica Easy E because she ruthless. I'm sorry. Andrew said, "My dad, I remember him only crying a time or two. I suppose I would view him differently if he cried a lot. My mom also didn't show negative emotions often either, though. Yeah, but that's also different. That's his kid. You know what I'm saying? Like that's his kid, right? So you wouldn't show that because Papa got to be strong for the kids. But to his wife, you would assume. Oh, anyway, we can kind of get off topic because we're talking about male to male interactions. You know what I'm saying? So of course you have stuff, with a lady or when a family member dies or something like that. Of course, right? But we're talking about so if you had a family member die or something and you called up and you was like, hey, so and so, or let's get together, you know what I'm saying? Or I came through or whoever came over and you was like, and nigga, you shed a tear, or you started crying or whatever the case is, like you would hold that in, even though I'm not putting no bad omens on anybody, even though a loved one died, you know what I'm saying? A close family member, and you invited let's say Drew, Dan, I'm Skip. Let's say let's say them two. I don't know. No, you gotta have somebody from the hood. So look, I got a perfect one. Drew, Dan, and the sneaky nigga. I don't know his name, but I don't like his face. Those three, you call them up. You're like, hey, so this is a situation. You know what I'm saying? Let's chill or something like that. And they come through, and what you doing? You gonna express yourself? Not even break.
Oh shit!
You gonna be able to express yourself and how you feeling at that moment?
No, like we talking about somebody died, right? Like you said some funny shit. Like I zoned out.
Yeah, somebody. I don't trust that nigga face, man. You got a sneaky face.
Man, like to be honest, if I go back, just go back. Yeah, I never talked about anybody. I never talked to anybody about, loved ones passing or whatever. Like, I didn't even drop tears at the funeral, but I was hurt. You know what I'm saying? Hurt let me see. I was like, to be honest, I ain't dropped tears like 4 years later.
My grandmother the same way. I'm with you 1,000%, 100,000%.
So it's like, nah. If they came to me and like, talk to me about it, yeah. But me out like, saying something about it first, nah. You know what I'm saying?
So that's not even. So you're not even talking about like breaking down crying. So you just talk about bring up that situation.
Hey, exactly. Like we're not even getting to. We're not even getting like I said, like 4 years before I even shed one tear. Then, hold on, I'm trying to remember. Got my shit right. Yeah. So yeah, 4 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
That's interesting, man.
Like some people, but at the same time, it's not good to hold in emotions and shit like that.
For sure.
I mean, you gotta let them out. They're gonna come out eventually. It might come out with you. It might come out with you drinking heavily. It might come out with you
or the next
doing drugs. Like
the next occupation you get into, somebody's gonna have to pay.
Right.
Somebody's gonna have to fucking pay.
Right, exactly. So
you know what I'm saying?
like that's why it's not good. But there isn't an open space in society. Even Erica, she said, if he cried too many times, like she's gone. He can't even cry in his own house.
Yeah, you don't have
in his own house. So where is he gonna cry? Like she said out of her own mouth. So if she said that, just imagine how people that's not even you don't have a relationship with gonna think. Shit. As a man, like no, you hard on the outside unintentionally, just because that's what the world is just telling you to do. But on the inside, it's like you got some feelings and shit. You
got some feelings and shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read this last comment. I'm gonna read this next comment. I'm gonna play a video and then we'll come back to it. So your mom said, also men cry at sad or emotional movie. I've never cried at a movie. I can honestly say that.
I like like movies get me day in and day out because I be so invested into like the story and the characters and shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, movies get me all the time. George Floyd incident, no, I'm immune. I'm hard bodied to the shit.
Yeah.
Look,
you could go back and look at the politics episodes, which is it's not even a bunch of those. I think I'm getting close to 50, 46 or so. Look, I done thought about some stuff on there. Well, I didn't get not drop a tear emotion or cry, nothing like that. But I didn't play some videos. I done had some conversations. I done got passionate, and then I felt it. Like I felt the guts. Like, oh yeah, it's time for a good cry right here. And I was like, no. And that's the end of the show. That's all I got. So y'all be safe out there. You know what I'm saying? I end the show before I let it happen, which is not good or whatever. But so the George Floyd thing, I still never watched that full 9 minutes or however long it is. I've had it play and listen, you know what I'm saying? And like when I heard him calling for his mom, like that got the ducks going. And again, I'm not listening to this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's good or cool or whatever. I don't think never on this show. I don't think so. But definitely on politics, man. We just touched on some stuff on like videos or discussing or whatever. And I got so passionate about it that, yeah, I'd have been close. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna be this vulnerable and like, hey, Erica, I'm about to play this video. Go give your husband a damn hug, please.
Right.
And men, we don't do this, right? When we are hurt or we're sad, we get we don't say, yo, you hurt my feelings. We don't say that. Chad, you hurt my feelings. Channing, you hurt my feelings. How you hurt my feelings? No, you laughing. This is real. I'm about to be real.
I want to know how.
Because what am I passionate about? I'm passionate about mental health. Mm-hmm. And what you said is, what the fuck is wrong with him? Where's his therapist at? You said that. And then you came back and said, damn, we need to send you back to McLean Hospital. That's what you said. That's why I got hot. You know what I'm saying? So that's the real.
B.
No, I'm being real.
We can't allow sticks and stones.
It did, bro.
May break my bones.
It did, bro.
But words can't. Now we're going back to kindergarten. Now what we're not gonna do, I just talked about coddling and pacifying.
I'm just being honest.
Come on now. I need you to build a callus.
No, but you're right.
You know what I got? You know what? And for that, you know what? I apologize.
Thank you.
See how simple that is?
Thank you.
Love you. Let me get a hug, man.
My back hurts.
Whoa. Yo, what hurt?
You know what I'm saying? I'm a little sore, right? I was like, yeah.
The back hurt, huh?
You want to apologize?
I'm sorry.
Can I have a hug?
You don't get a hugging?
Can I have a hug?
My bad.
And I was wrong about the 4 guys on the roster.
That's okay.
Okay.
But no, that's real though.
No, but look.
But as this point now, let's be honest, and you just brought it up, but just to hit it home.
Right.
As a man, if your feelings are hurt, talking about it is way bigger than internalizing it and just putting it out in different ways. When we said it, when Chad and myself hurt your feelings, you should have been like, fellas, that was too far. Yeah. And we would have pulled back.
All right, so look. So I want your reaction to it. Let me run down these comments while they finishing up watching it, and then I'll get your reaction to the video and get their reaction. So Erica said, do y'all feel like y'all holding this pain in because you're a man? That's when it's toxic. Yeah, because that's what we're conditioned to over the course of our entire life. For me, at least. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the warrior comment from the football, you got to be more macho. You can't show no emotion or feeling. But I didn't play with a broken collarbone. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, because I did want to come out the game and look soft, like to get the other person to know, to have the satisfaction that you injured me. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't get that satisfaction over me. You know what I'm saying? I won't let it happen. So I'll play to halftime, and then I just won't come back. But you won't know why. You know what I'm saying? Like I just can't. I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I think it is because we're men and we're just conditioned to it. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's from our family, from our sports or activities, or from our environment that we grow up in. Erica said, but if I'm coming home every day to a man that's crying all day long, it ain't right. I could have been with a woman. You tough out here. Erica is the machismo one. God damn. Andrew said, I would hold my man if he wanted to cry. We all need to cry and cleanse. We are doing that every day, but I want to support him and let him know he can be open and real with me.
But if you're crying too much, that's too real.
Yeah, that's too real, exactly. All right, so let me, y'all women are incredible, man. I love it. So, so what's your initial reactions to the clip, then?
Well, I've seen it before. You know what I'm saying?
What new? Yeah.
But at the same time, what they in their late 30s, early 40s, something like that.
Oh, yeah, right there, yeah.
So they older. It's different.
What?
They older. Dude, no, but I ain't done yet though.
They're like 7 years older than you. Like it ain't like it's 25 years. They're like a couple, like a decade maybe. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you still like you ain't gonna fully mature till you 30 anyway, so it's different. It's different, but like Chad Johnson said, it was like not trying to pacify you, baby you. You know, you got to build some callous, you know, up for when people say something. You know what I'm saying? So that's what men been taught. But what he's saying is instead of immediately going to the hands, if you got a problem, you talk it out. Like, hey, what you said, I ain't like what you said. It hurt. It hurt me. And I basically, just letting you know.
So
he chose to apologize to it, but not all situations, happen like that. Somebody says something you don't like, you get amped, you get mad.
So that's what I'm asking you. Are you able? Do you feel like you're able to do that, or to be able to apologize to a male counterpart? Granted, of course, every situation is different. There's always different. It's always different stuff that add up to a whole situation. But would you be able to apologize?
Yeah, it depends, but it depends on the situation now. Because it can be some situations like, look, I feel like I ain't do nothing wrong. Like, I'm not apologizing, but like, what am I apologizing before? It's not going to be genuine. But I understand that you heard about, whatever the situation at hand is. But do I feel like I was wrong? I don't know about. I don't know about that.
That's interesting. And look, and I'm not saying that I disagree with you, but something that I have been, I have figured out, grew older, got more mature, or whatever, is like apologizing even when you are right. So even if you felt like if I said something to you, like it ain't always about like, all right, I said it and I said it this way and you heard it wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because like you wouldn't take that same defense. Like if somebody said, I remember one of your white friends that said something, it's crazy, and he tried to justify it or whatever. Remember that was downtown on like West 6 or something like that, and he tried to justify. Anyway,
I don't remember none of this.
I remember it. He was about to. Anyway,
yeah, you're gonna have to.
I remember.
I don't remember.
So anyway, so let's say that let's say I said something on the show, you wasn't a fan. After the show, or I'm sorry, you said something on the show that I ain't like. After the show, I'm like, man, that was fucked up. Like, why would you say that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't feeling the love. Like, you spoke to my nigga, I wasn't feeling the love when you said that. Like, would you be able to be like, even if you felt like what you said was right, you know what I'm saying? If I was like, nigga, that's fuck, like I wasn't feeling that at all. You know what I'm saying? Would you be able to like, you know what? I went too far. It was I thought it was cool. It wasn't cool. My bad. Even if mentally, like, nigga, I just said something that's a fact. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, I'll be like, okay, I'm sorry for saying it on the show in front of whoever that's watching this, but but then I would also say like, now, nigga, that's the truth about what I just said, but I just shouldn't have said it in the public forum.
Okay. And look, and that's a apology, right? No matter how I would want to, if I was like, oh, I need more, you know what I'm saying? Like then that'll be open for discussion or whatever. But that is an apology, you know what I'm saying? And I would have to take it or leave it or figure out the way to go.
But then some. But here's the thing, especially with men. When they say something disrespectful, you would say something disrespectful. Y'all won't talk for years. Like just because you can't come to the conclusion of apologizing, but sometimes it'd be like, man, even if they apologize, shit ain't gonna be the same. It ain't even worth it.
All right, so look. Now I'm gonna bring this up, and look, the only reason I can't bring it up is because I'm involved with it, right? All right, so we had a period of time where we didn't talk like at all, right? It was
Yeah, I remember.
you remember that? This was was it 2 years, three? Like, I don't know. I don't remember how long the time was, right? So this was shortly after the end of Epiphany Radio, and we didn't pick back up until nigga like legit probably maybe a month, maybe a little less than a month before like your wedding and stuff, right? So I don't remember exactly what went down. Like I remember some stuff was said. You know what I'm saying? I remember. I'm sure we both was feeling some type of way about whatever, and I don't think it came down to apology. I think it was just like it might have been. I think, and we could talk about it after, off the air. I think what it was like, kind of what you did, what you just said. Like, all right, cool. I get the situation, but at the same time, you know that I'm right about, you know what I'm saying? You know that I'm right about what I'm saying. Even if, you know, even if it's big picture wrong, I guess. But you know what I'm saying is right. You know what I'm saying? And I think that because we were feeling that way, and even at that time, we had been friends for shit, over a decade at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't remember exactly when it was, but over 10 years. And we wasn't mature enough or whatever you want to call it enough to settle the differences right then and there, or to pick up the phone like, hey, the situation messed up, and let's figure it out, or let's talk about it, or whatever the case is. Like neither one of us did that. You know what I'm saying? But we what, 20, I'm like 22, 23 at the time or something like that. So I'm young, you know what I'm saying? Like we all just a completely different, that's 7 years ago. We're talking about 7 years in the future. So
shit, nah, 10 years.
No, I mean from the point of no, it had to be
okay.
Whatever it is, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, 2002, like 8 years, whatever. But it's long. Yeah. But look, like I remember, like I got on Twitter and somebody asked you something about Epiphany Radio, and you said,
I'm like, ask that nigga. I don't know.
He was like, ask him.
Ask him.
And I was like, nigga, what?
That shit's canceled or some shit like that. Yeah, I
he said,
that.
And nigga, it ain't like I hit you up about it. I'm like, all right, then. I was like, it's canceled. All right, it's really canceled. I'm taking you off the page, the show page. It's canceled.
Right.
But then niggas ain't say that.
So each other. Yeah. And so the whole situation before that, like I said, it got to a place where I felt like I was right. And I'm sure you felt like you was right, or whatever, however that part shook out. But yeah, it was like you said, I don't want to call it disrespect, but it was like a volatile action after a volatile action after a volatile action, and then it just led to the point where we just didn't talk for years. You know what I'm saying? But like, so hindsight and being mature and getting older and stuff, and you see how frail life is and how temporary everything is, blah blah blah. Like being able to, like apologize for the greater good, right? So even if you feel like you was right for the greater good, man, sometimes even if you're right, sometimes you just gotta apologize. So all that story came back to you saying, I wouldn't apologize, or I would say this, but I wouldn't mean it. So what's the point of doing it? And I understand what you're saying, but even for the greater good, for the greater good, if we had to redo this situation for the greater good, would you be like, hey, I get it, everything messed up. You know what I'm saying? This is how I'm feeling. This is the choice I got to make, or whatever. Like, but would you, if you got the same knowledge you got now, would you handle it different? Do you think?
Handle what part differently?
So the first part, we know you didn't have a choice. Like, you know what I'm saying? We know it wasn't really an option. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to say it without diving all the way into it. But like, do you in that situation, do you feel like I was right? Do you feel like you was right? Just for baseline. It really doesn't matter, but for baseline.
Well, I felt that you was wrong.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because it could have been like shit could have been handled differently at the time, but it is what it is.
So
But not necessarily like apologizing. You apologizing to me, whatever. Like some things you just get over. Like okay, that's old news. Like I'm not even tripping on that anymore. Whatever. But as far as you, I kept running to your mother.
Yeah.
And you know how your mother is. Hey,
Yeah.
you talk to Emmanuel? No, I ain't. I don't know what I ain't talk to him.
Exactly.
No. Here she go. No, not Emmanuel.
I seen Byron there. Like, all right. So. and like that's not so. Look, I can't speak for you, but clearly, and like I said, I felt like I wasn't in the wrong for what I said. I felt like you was wrong for what you did. You know what I'm saying? Without even expressing it to me. You know what I'm saying? Like without having the conversation beforehand or anything, I felt like you was wrong. But like I said, knowing what I know now or being mature or whatever, being able to say like, all right, look, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I felt like your hand was forced or you know, you had to make this decision for the greater good. I don't got no issues with it because like, you know what I'm saying? I get it. The situation changed. You gotta do this, and I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? For the greater good. So I can't speak for you, but I would take the L or apologize or however you want to look at it for the greater good. You know what I'm saying?
No, but I'm not saying I wouldn't apologize. But it shouldn't even. At the end of the day, it shouldn't have got to that point. But it was like a lot of shit. It was a lot of shit that added up to that. It wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? But it happened.
I know people watching and listening is probably like, what the hell are they talking about? What are they talking about right now?
Like all y'all know is that Epiphany started in 2012, and we ain't pick up to what, like I don't know, 100-some episodes ago. I don't know, whatever that was.
We come up on year 3 in June 20th. It'll be 3 years since we picked back up. So you know, so it's a damn sure big gap, and it was a big gap where we weren't talking to each other and all that stuff. So yeah, so just like I said, certain situations, knowing now, and I think it is a maturity thing because you want to break away from like all those preconceived things that you've been taught as a kid, where you can't show weakness. You know what I'm saying? Even to somebody I've been friends with for over a decade, like I still can't take the L. Like I can't back down. You know what I'm saying? And have him say something about me, you know what I'm saying? So he can go to his wife or he can go to his other friend, like, yeah, nigga, I won, or like whatever the case is. Now, look, that might not even be the case, but mentally, that's just how you program to think, how guys are programmed to think. Let me see. Angel said, I think they're just sitting back and watching the show. This is the first comment in like 20 minutes. Angel said, so whatever happened, do you feel like your friendship is stronger now or weaker because of that? What do you feel like?
I don't feel like it's weaker.
Yeah, I don't know how it could possibly be weaker, right? And I feel like stronger than back then. Like I don't know. Like I don't know if it could. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We're at that. I feel like personally that we're at that level or above. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel like there's no way we could like be weaker because of that situation or because of or do this show with a weaker relationship. I don't feel like that could be a thing.
Yeah, that's true. Like we wouldn't be able to do this, or if we didn't have any type of friendship together at all. So at all, but even when we start talking again, like I was not thinking about Epiphany anything. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
So
I was there, like I was at the wedding, like you told this nigga to be in your wedding party though.
but here's the thing, like it was gonna be nobody because I don't.
Hey, when I walked in the church, I'm like, That was my face. I went in there. I seen your sister. I said, "What's up to her?" I looked at the front. I'm like, ah.
but you already know it would have been like that if you know what I'm saying, we had spoken prior. What movie did I fucking watch?
Was this back then or recently?
This was like a couple years ago. I saw some movie, and long story short, the niggas they had fell out, and the wife was telling him like, get back friends with them, tell them you wanted to be in their wedding, whatever. And, you know what I'm saying? Because they fell off because of something. Damn, what movie was that?
So when you think about it, I remember seeing a movie. It was like the dude didn't have no friends. Like, so his wife was like, "Hey, go find some friends. Like, go find some friends, make friends, and invite them to the wedding and all this stuff." Because the dude just didn't have no friends. It was a comedy, like a Jason Sudeikis movie, or like one of those dudes, one of those white like guys, like not a Seth Rogen, but like that same like family of actors. It was that sort of a situation. I don't think I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, it would have been it would have probably been the same lineup minus a nigga.
That's funny. So look, so your mom said, "All right, now give each other a hug." However, God had his hand in the situation and brought.
Hold on, what happened?
Again. Huh?
Damn, you went out for a second. I didn't know what happened.
Your mom said, "All right, give each other a hug." And she said, "However, God had his hand in the situation and brought you both back together." I agree with that for sure. But she bring up a good point, and then Angel doubled up on it, which was another part in that video clip was, do you hug your male friends?
Now let me dub back.
All right, go ahead.
I wasn't done yet.
All right.
Well, never mind. Fuck it. It's neither here nor there.
Go ahead.
But do I hug my male? No. Like, I probably only hug my father like one time in life.
Have you ever hugged a male friend?
Nah.
And I don't mean the dap hug. You know what I'm saying?
Then no. Like, no.
I agree with you. Like I've never done it. Even my cousins, mine is being like a little kid. I don't think I have, right? Like my cousin just recently over the last couple of years, my older cousin, male cousin, just started saying like "I love you" when you get off the phone, and it's weird every single time. Just because I'm not. First of all, my family not like that. They're getting better at it, but like I know the nigga, right? Like, like I know you. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, this ain't what you know what I'm saying, for the past 36 years or whatever. This ain't been you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's weird every single time. I try to be more conscious because I know he said, so I try to, say it back or whatever. We've never said it in person. I think I've only told my sister I loved her twice or three times, like that I can remember. You know what I'm saying? And she I love her. It's my sister. It's my opposite twin or whatever you want to call it, all that stuff. And we know. But before I said the words or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And she's a female. You know what I'm saying? That's just not how my family is. So I agree with you on the hugs, but it's something that I don't want to say that I want to do or make normal or anything like that. But I want it to not be an issue. You know what I'm saying? People that I got love, like legit love for, you know what I'm saying? Like for it to not be an issue how it was in the video clip. If somebody apologized or we ain't seen each other for a while or like whatever the case is, to be able to do something like that.
But that takes time and maturity, especially for males. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you gotta jump out the tree to do it. I said you gotta jump out the tree to do it the first time, though, right?
Yeah, true. But even like you saw in that video, Chad Johnson was like, "Hold on."
Well, that's because he said you probably seen that clip, but earlier in the video, Brandon Marshall said something that was very strange, I'll say. And then Chad was making jokes all episode about how his back hurt and all stuff from behind him. You know what I'm saying? So that was a running joke or whatever. Even later, he made like another joke that's more raunchy later in the video or whatever. But yeah, it is a thing that's kind of taboo, I guess, or whatever. But I don't know. Like, are you open to hugging your male friends? I guess it's a strange question. I get it.
Yeah, but I don't.
Come on, man.
Like I don't want to make it a normal. I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. I mean, yeah. You know,
not that it'd be normal. Let me just say this: not that it got to be normal, but just where it's not taboo, where it's not a weird feeling, or I'm sorry, even if you able to fight the weird feeling, like yeah, it's weird. We getting closer, pause, like you know what I'm saying, and then it happens, and it's not like where it's weird. This nigga won't do it. Just go ahead and say it, man. Open up to the.
No, I'm like. Let's say if I ain't see you in like I don't know.
Get rid of that machismo, man.
Let's say if I ain't see you in years, like I don't know, man.
Yeah, even you doing that look weird. Like you wouldn't do it. Like, you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it.
Strange. All right, but but a dap hug is acceptable. Like the NBA dap hug is acceptable.
But that ain't what they did on the video.
No, they gave
a double arm hug. Like I'm glad.
Look, they are close friends. They've been knowing each other for a long minute.
I've known you 20 years. So I don't want to hear that shit. I want to hear it. 20 years.
What they say? You don't want to give your flowers now, so you're gonna give my hugs now?
Yeah. Hey, look. I ain't really kidding. Like I've been thinking a lot about that. Giving people their flowers while they're here. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. I don't know why. I hope nothing bad happens to me or my people or anything like that. But for some reason, I've been thinking about that a lot like lately. I don't know why.
Well, we're getting older, and the inevitable is, it's gonna happen. So, but with some people, you feel like, oh, I feel like I didn't tell them, how I felt about them, et cetera, et cetera. So if you at least tell them that, I mean, I guess you don't have a guilty conscience if something do happens to them.
Yeah.
Ebony.
Andrew said hugs are therapeutic, especially if you're a good hugger. I think your mom was backing that up. If she was backing up something else, let me know. I don't want to misquote you. Andrew said, people get paid just to cuddle.
They do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good money. Good. If you're interested in that line of business, I'm sure Craigslist have what you need, or one of those type sites. I'm sure you can make some good money. Andrew said, my family was very expressive. I love you every night, every time we leave, hugs and kisses, all of that. Andrew said, y'all need to hug on cam for the part 2 of this.
You ain't get your shot yet.
Camera. Hey, and somehow I still got antibodies. That's a different story, though.
Hey, but I saved you. I damn near hugged you when my dog was about to get you. If that count, that was on camera.
Your mom said, when you say I love you, I think she was saying, it should not be a routine. It really should be meaningful. Like I might not see you tomorrow. For sure, man. Look, I haven't done it in a while, but for a long time, like the way I would end phone calls, the way I would end live interactions was always like, all right, like stay safe. You know what I'm saying? Stay safe, because you never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know what's out at the grocery store for you, or shit at a church for you, or at at college for you, or at a high school for you. Just never know. You know what I'm saying? So I always like to end my conversation with stay safe. And I agree that the I love you should be sporadic. It should be like, hey, this is what's in my heart, or this was in my mind to tell you right now, and I want to let you know. I think the same way with hugs and stuff. Like it's it's I want to break out. I'm trying to get better, like better myself, and just like I said, not making it not taboo, just breaking out of like the norms in that same way.
I like saying stay dangerous and stay safe.
I'm not against that either. I'm not against that either.
Because sometimes you gotta, even though you try to stay safe, people try to bring the bullshit to you. Man.
I got you. Don't even for sure. Byron sent me the date, and I got you for sure. So yeah, I got one more video I want to jump into and talk about. It's from the same I Am Athlete podcast. All rights and all that good stuff reserved to them. And it's just another. They get emotional on there, and I like that grown man can have that conversation though. Let's see what they're talking about here.
But
Go ahead.
oh, you was about to play another clip.
Yeah, go ahead.
Damn. But before you say that, you know, just speaking of like celebrities and like entertainers, athletes, or whoever, you know, that come from the same area that we come from. I noticed that when they get old, like as they get more mature and getting older, you know, they used to be on, you know, shoot niggas up, having sex with all these women and stuff like that. But when they get older, I see some of them, their mentality changes where they realize that they're not in that life no more. And like for example, like you know what's like Lil Baby, right? Like if you watch his interviews, it's just he was like, yeah, I don't want to get any tattoos or any of that type of stuff. Like I don't do drugs anymore, none of that. Right? But if let's say if you just looked at him, listened to his music, you wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Because he talked about all the old stuff he used to do. But now that people get older and out of these situations, it's like there should be no excuse for you to just be regular. Like you don't got to be hard all the fucking time.
I agree with you 100%. This is why Jay-Z will far and beyond be the best rapper for a long period of time, because what he was rapping about in '96, he's not rapping about back in 2017 or whatever. It's two different things. You know what I'm saying? That's growth and maturity as a person, as a businessman. That's growth. That's what you're supposed. We're not supposed to be talking about hitting a casino for the first time again. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't doing that no more. You know, we'd have been to casino. We didn't have life experiences away. We ain't supposed to be talking about conquering shit like we was, you know what I'm saying, back during Epiphany Radio. We supposed to have growth. You supposed to be talking about different stuff. You still talking about the stuff you talking about at 15, at 21, and then the same stuff at 15, and then the same stuff. Like, that's insane. Like, you still talking about the same stuff, and you done got 10 years older or whatever, and you missing something on your journey. You missing something. Something ain't connecting for you. That's how I feel. That's my opinion. Let me see. All right, man, let me play this clip.
Why don't we, to y'all's point, why don't we talk to each other? Like, Chad, you just said, your support system is small. We so cool with each other. Our kids play together. We hang out. We party. We gamble. Why don't men talk to each other about stuff like this? Why when I having a tough time, do I not call y'all?
Like what Brandon said just a few minutes ago. Like Ziggy.
Z and Ziggy, yeah. Z is the boy, yep.
Right, Z. You teach your son to be strong and be tough. You play football. They say you're a warrior. Is what the coaches told you your entire life, right? You're a gladiator. So you're supposed to be tough. And a lot of guys can't separate the field from life. You've seen that before, where everything they do is football. You know what I'm saying? And that toughness, it carries over into real life. And for that, a lot of guys don't want to share or look weak. They're so prideful, right? So we get into these situations where we've done a very transparent job of being vulnerable, just being real. I don't want to say being vulnerable, but being real and just showing our vulnerability, and that's why.
So that's kind of what I want to, and we talked about that. I guess I technically could have played that one before, but I want to do what separates us, or what I want to separate us from all of the Cleveland podcasts. We were talking about this before the show. All the other podcasts in Cleveland, all the other podcasts, period, right? But I want to separate where we are able to be ourselves and be, like I said, not necessarily vulnerable, but just showing that we can be, or that we have vulnerabilities, just like every single person on the planet. You know what I'm saying? Where you don't have to be the toughest guy in a room every week in and week out. You know what I'm saying? Where you can say, this is how I feel, this is how I legit feel about something. You know what I'm saying? One way or the other. And like I said, so that was kind of just a summary, but I just want to, I don't know, how can we change? How do you think we can change? I know we talked about, counseling and opened up about certain things, but like, how do you think, do you have an opinion? Do you guys in the audience have an opinion, or think of any way that guys can be more, show that they have vulnerabilities as well. So not, for guys our age or whatever, and then also for like the next generation coming up, to where you let your grandkids or your kids or whatever know that like it's okay to cry, or it's okay to have emotions, to express your emotions and feelings and stuff. Like, do you have anything, as far as anything that you think will help, or anything we can do as a society? I mean, not just us specifically.
Well, like old boy said, I mean, first you got to get rid of that pride, because that pride is dangerous, very dangerous. It's hard to, because once you feel like you lose that sense of pride, like, you feel like like you're vulnerable. Like, man, we don't like feeling vulnerable. Period. So to fully answer your question, no, I don't know personally, but it could possibly start with, first getting some real friends. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's huge.
And then you could, because I don't know, like, if you can't talk about life with your friends, it's like, what are they there for?
Exactly.
But, that's where it starts. You try to find a secure foundation of friends, and you try to go from there. Yeah, but then for the people who can't find that, at least try to talk to, a counselor first, because you don't feel like you can talk to people about problems or whatever. Talk to a person who's, not gonna say anything for sure by law. But that's the only way you can. I don't. That's just my opinion.
No, that's hey. Look, it ain't no answer, right? It ain't no. If it was an easy answer, first of all, we'd be rich, because we'll just be doing it, and then we'll be getting results, and that'd just be that. I think that I can only think of two ways possibly, right? So one way is actually using the knowledge that we have to give to the younger generation. You know what I'm saying? To pass on to your nieces and nephews or whatever. You know what I'm saying? When you have some, you know what I'm saying, or your little cousins or whatever, like, or whoever it is in your life, like passing that information on, encouraging them to you don't have to be the toughest dude in the thing. You got to know how to defend yourself for sure. You know what I'm saying? You got to know how to do all this stuff for sure. You know what I'm saying? But there's nothing wrong with being Miles Garrett, right? There's nothing wrong with being a monster on the football field. And then you're on the football field, you let somebody punch you in the face, because you shrug it off. Or you go, to the Great Lakes Science Center, you play with dinosaurs. or whatever case is. Like, it's nothing wrong with being, you know what I'm saying, with having two worlds to you, or being good at something but having passions about other things. Like, it's nothing wrong with being able to talk about how you feel. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something we can do as a community, as a world, you know what I'm saying, as a globe. That's something we can do, is pass down to the people that we touch and affect on a daily basis. The second thing I think is letting them see stuff like this, right? So I feel like we did a decent job at least on conversation. But just stuff where you see other guys being vulnerable. You see they have an actual example, or I'm sorry, a visual or audio, I guess, example of people being vulnerable and talking about sensitive things, and so not just you telling them, but also, so it ain't just like, oh man, my cousin always talking this soft stuff. He always talking about being vulnerable and all this, and like, no, it's other grown men across the globe, the globe, that is also talking about being vulnerable or having vulnerabilities and talking about feelings and being able to hug their friends. I'm not talking about hugging strangers. We're talking about your friends, like who you consider a friend, being able to embrace them in a way where, like your mom said, like giving, or like you said, giving your flowers right there. Like, nigga, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? As my friend, as my family, I appreciate you as a person and somebody that's in my life, and being able to show that. Like, so showing somebody an example of not just you, but also other people in the world that are also doing that same thing.
Yeah, that's well said.
That's what I think.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Opinions, of course.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah. Like you don't gotta be the hardest like literally at all.
You really don't, like, because I'm not, you know what I'm saying? That don't mean I want to defend myself. Like, I'm not the toughest dude that went to Cleveland Heights. I'm not the toughest. I'm damn sure not the toughest nigga that grew up on 90th. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean that I won't defend myself and defend my family. That don't mean I'm soft because I'm not the toughest. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to do other stuff. And look, and I get it. It's not easy. It's not an easy conversation to have. It's not an easy thing to do when society has told you this is what, especially black men, people of color, like, nigga, this is, like, I don't know this because I don't really have like white friends like that, but I would assume that they are more allowed to cry. Of course, every person is different, but they're more allowed, you know, Connor is more allowed to be emotional about the stuff that he's feeling, where black people in general, and then black guys a step further, are not privy to that. You can't be emotional about the cops pulling you over. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it goes across the board to so many different categories where you just can't have that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just something that you can't do as a community. You know what I'm saying? So it's not easy, but I think it's important for us to try or to encourage, and then hopefully the next generation pick it up and run with it. Andrew said, I think it's cool you guys are addressing this and talking about it. Yeah, I mean, it's just, like I said, it's something that's been, you know what I'm saying, like I said, we were talking about earlier about show topics. That was just something like a catalyst or whatever, but it's something I've been thinking about for a while. It's something we was talking about for a while, and then, you know, it just came out. But like I said, I think it's important as a you know, to have for empathy in every single country, continent, all that stuff. Like, it's important.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah, it is.
So I want to appreciate. I want to thank y'all for joining us. If you already did, that's fine. If you feel like doing it again, we appreciate it. Go ahead and share this on your Facebook page. Share the video. Take a screenshot, record a video, post it somewhere, tag us, all that good stuff, because we're trying to get the word out and get more people to give more opinions.
Like, share, subscribe.
You know, it can only help all of us, and I appreciate every single people that did it.
Like, if you don't want to, you know, if you don't want to share to your page because you feel like you got too many church people that don't want to hear all this customs, cool, just say that. But don't keep tuning in and not sharing our shit.
Yeah, but we appreciate y'all, like I said 1,000 times. Angel Angels be mad because my outros be long. But anyway, thanks for joining us. Looking forward to talking to you guys Wednesday about politics, and back here next week about a topic that we don't even know yet. So I appreciate y'all. Like I said 1,000 times. Salute to the city as always. And
remember to own your own.
Equally as important. All right, we out. Be safe. We'll talk to y'all in a minute. Or stay dangerous.
Exactly.
Stay dangerous.
Especially in these times.
You are about to experience the result of hard work and dedication from the City of Champions, Cleveland's own, 90th's finest. Self-made, hard-working entrepreneurs, unequivocally raw, no holds barred. This is Epiphany Media.